Hi everyone, it's AngelBlade13. Welcome back to my Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix walkthrough. Last time we settled things in Pride Lands, and for the first time since the beginning of the game, we have access to Twilight Town, so let's check out what's going on.
Help! The Sandlot! It's Cypher! Somebody please help us!
Sounds like we've got trouble.
So right away we've got to go and help some people. Let's just check our menu and equipment first. I'm gonna put on the Keyblade we recently got from Pride Lands. It has MP haste, so it'll increase our MP restoration rate. I'm gonna put Hero's Crest back on Valor form. Donald and Goofy each got a new weapon, so I'm gonna put those on both of them. And check through their abilities. I'm gonna put both of their limits back on now that I can use them again. This will be pretty useful. And for Sora, we have Flash Step, which you see it's a bit of a long-range attack. Well, attack that lets him close in on a target while bringing up his guard. It'll be really useful to have on. And I'm gonna adjust magic slightly. We got the upgrade to Fira, or Fyra, honestly not sure, but you notice the flames are going in a bit of a different pattern, and they're slightly bigger. And they do more damage. Anyway, back to the Sandlot.
We'll take it from here.
It's been a while since we've seen these guys. Here, what I just did is something you can do when you have a Finishing Plus equipped. You can use a magnet and immediately after hit square to go into a Finishing Leap. It's a really good combo. Next here, we see this big enemy, Berserker. They're very powerful. They can do some pretty hard-hitting attacks with the giant claymores that they have. If you hit them with a finishing attack, then they'll drop the claymores, and you can actually use a reaction command to pick it up and then collect a bunch of enemies. As you see, they're sort of getting stuck in there, and then you can do this Eclipse and Magna Storm to do a lot of damage to them.
Impressive. By the way, have you seen a man named Axel? I expect he's here somewhere.
Like I care.
You see, Axel's no longer acting in our best interest.
Is he with the organization too?
Yes.
You having a fight?
Not a very organized organization.
Don't let your guard down. Axel will stop at nothing to turn you into a Heartless.
Gee, thanks for looking out for us, mister. But I'm sure we can take care of ourselves just fine.
Glad to hear it. Axel aside, it would break our hearts to hear something happen to you.
Hearts? You don't have any hearts.
True, we don't have hearts. But we remember what it was like. That's what makes us special.
What do you mean?
We know very well how to injure a heart. Sora, you just keep on fighting those Heartless.
Let's jump in after him.
How come?
I'm not sure, but maybe he'll lead us to the organization's world.
Don't be reckless. Do you want to end up like Riku?
What? Hey! Wait! What did he mean, end up like Riku?
Hey, how about you get out of my town now? You've caused enough trouble.
Riku.
Have a it your way. Come on, guys.
Hold it!
Make up your mind.
This goes to the strongest guy in Twilight Town.
Thanks, but we don't really need it. Whoa! Oh, Sora! Pence, right? Do you know a girl named Kyrie? Kyrie? I sure do! Then you better come to the station.
So I'm guessing Cypher's really glad that he didn't actually go through with that fight he wanted to do at the beginning of the game with us. That wouldn't have ended too well for him. Granted, we're a lot stronger now, but still.
Hey!
Hey, so how do you guys know Kyrie? Kyrie was really here?
Yeah. And she said she was looking for you.
Tell me where she is!
Well,
What a romantic story.
If you stick around, Sora's bound to show up.
yeah, he said he's coming back.
Okay.
What took you so long, Kyrie? Somehow, I just knew you'd be here. I tell you, Kyrie, you've got a lot of guts jumping right into the darkness like that.
Let go of me. Let go.
Kyrie.
You think it might have been Axel?
Sorry.
Hey, it's not your fault. Come on, cheer up. Like I can even say that. I gotta help
Whoa!
Kyrie. That was close.
Sora?
Sora, are you okay?
Huh? What? What just happened? A new road is open, and Kyrie and Riku are waiting somewhere along it.
You'd better hurry then.
You coming back?
Promise.
I passed on the message as you so desired. I told the young Sora to keep defeating the Heartless.
Good. Not only have you the power to inflict pain, you also have the power to plant seeds of doubt in one's receptive heart. Sora will soon begin to doubt himself. It will cause him to hesitate, and that hesitation will turn to anger. That anger will fuel him to get rid of his apprehension and move forward. He will pave the way for the future we desire.
There's something I've meant to ask.
About Axel, the poor fool. How long will he keep chasing the illusion of friendship when he himself lacks emotion, trying so hard to retrieve what he has lost when it may never have existed in the first place? He deserves nothing more than our pity.
The King, Riku, and now I've lost Kairi again, too.
Don't be sad.
Donald's right, you know. Why, you're the key that connects everything.
So it's all my fault.
Gorge, I didn't mean that. Just do what comes natural to you, and we're sure to find them.
You said it.
Thanks, guys.
Oh no! Hollow Bastion! It's all covered in darkness!
You're right, Chipper. I wonder what's going on.
Sora! We better hurry and check it out right away!
So, we could go to Hollow Bastion to advance the story, but I just got a new drive form, I got my anti-points reset, so I'm gonna check out what the new episode at Olympus is. So it's time for another tournament. Before we start, we got a new drive form recently, so time to jump into the future for a bit. Hi guys, it's Future Angel Blade 13. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Limit Form. Limit Form is exclusive to Final Mix. It's a form that was not in the original version of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's very useful. It uses 4 drive gauges, and it's the only form that, under normal circumstances, Sora can use without an extra party member. So, let's take a quick look.
Let's go!
Alright, here's the form. As we see, we only get access to 1 Keyblade in this form. Our magic command has changed to Limit, and that's going to be the main feature that we use in this drive form. So let's take a quick look at our abilities. So the first 4 abilities here, Sonic Rave, Last Arcanum, Strike Raid, and Infinity, these are all the limits that Sora will get in place of magic for this form. These are the limit attacks from Kingdom Hearts 1. Sonic Rave is Sonic Blade, Last Arcanum is Ars Arcanum, Strike Raid is Strike Raid, and Infinity is Ragnarok. So, if you didn't really use limits in Kingdom Hearts 1, well, you maybe might have wanted to. They would have made things a bit easier, but you definitely want to make use of them in this form. Anyway. Next we have our combo finishers. So we have Zantetsuken, Ripple Drive, and Hurricane Period. Zantetsuken is a very strong ground combo finisher for a single target. It can pretty much eliminate weaker enemies, and if it doesn't outright defeat them, it does a lot of damage to bosses and heavier targets. Ripple Drive is more of a crowd control finisher. It's also on the ground, and its damage is based on your magic stat. Hurricane Period is an aerial combo finisher. It does multiple hits on a target, very useful. Zantetsu Counter See, once you've guarded an attack, you can counter it into the Zantetsuken finisher, which is really useful. Reflect combo. While you're attacking, you can press guard to sort of immediately go into your guard to parry an attack. These other abilities are some abilities that Sora can gain naturally. If you don't have them equipped, they'll be equipped automatically for a limit form. For the growth ability, we get the return of dodge roll, which lets us dodge out of the way of an attack by just tapping the square button in a direction. And HP gain, this is a very important one. As you make hits with your limit attacks, Sora will regain his health, which is useful. And the rest are different support abilities we've seen already. We do get some bonus ones, particularly the extra lucky, so that's really useful when you're synth grinding near the end of the game. Anyway, let's take a look at the form in combat.
Take this.
So there's the Zantetsuken finisher.
This is it. It's over.
And there's Ripple Drive, the second one.
This is it. Back off.
And there, I'm using Hurricane Period a couple times.
It's over. Take this.
So I'll use it again. And there was Dodge Roll. I used that a lot in KH1 to avoid attacks. Now, our limit attacks, we can only actually use them when we're in combat, so I am going to activate this mushroom here. It has a mini game and it won't actually attack me, so we'll do more detail on that much later, but let's just take a look at some of these limits. So first we'll use Sonic Rave. You want to time the button presses.
Back off.
So we get those multiple dash attacks. Next is Last Arcanum, which brings us into this fast combo attack. You get a bit of iframes for the opening of it. Strike Raid, here's a long-range attack where we hurl the Keyblade multiple times. And finally we have Infinity, where we'll go into an aerial combo and get command to shoot off multiple beams of light. You get 3 options for it, so you want to sort of time it for the last one. That way you'll get the most damage from the limit. Anyway, each limit has follow-up presses of triangle till you eventually get to a finishing command. Every time you use one of the finishing commands in combat, that will level up limit form. So try to use limit form and use your limits while you're using it, really. That's the point of it. So limit form is really helpful. Again, it's the only form that Sora can use completely on his own in normal circumstances. And so that way you don't have to worry which party member you chose to go along with you for that level. Anyway, since both Quick Run and Dodge Roll are mapped to the square button, it can be a little confusing at first using them both, but typically if you just tap the analog stick and square, you'll go into Dodge Roll, whereas if you hold them, you'll use Quick Run. So here I'm just kind of playing around using both of them. It might take a bit to get used to, but it's really helpful to have both of them on. So that's about it with limit form. I'm going to send it back to present Angel Blade 13. Thank you, future Angel Blade 13. That was very helpful. So we'll be making use of limit form a good deal throughout this run. So I'm just going to quickly go through my items and equipment. For this one, what do I need to change? I'm going to take off Retaliating Slash since I don't use it that often. I'm going to put on Auto Valor for emergency. That should be it for abilities. And for items, I'm actually going to switch to all potions for this. And you'll see why shortly. Alright, so we have access to the Cerberus Cup. The suggested level is 30. I'm at level 26, so this can get kind of rough, but I think I should be able to get through it. Anyway, the rules of this tournament. There is a time limit. I'm going to start with 2 minutes on the clock, and naturally I have to defeat everything within that time frame. for the whole tournament. Every time we finish a round, we're gonna add 15 seconds back onto the clock. So that's gonna be really useful. The other thing, Sora can use all of his drive forms even though he's alone, and the drive gauge fills very quickly. There, see, I already filled it back up from just basically one combo. So this is the main reason that I wanted to make sure I had 0 anti-points, because I have a lot less control when I'm using anti-form. I can't revert when I feel like it if I want. I can't heal myself, and I take even more increased damage than we're already taking from critical mode and being under level. So personally, I prefer not to use it.
It's over.
So for this tournament, naturally we want to take advantage of how frequently we can use our drive forms. Make sure that we're using our drive forms the way they were somewhat intended to be used. So Valor form probably generally gonna do the most damage, I would say. It's good with getting to your finishing attacks immediately. That's useful. Wisdom form, you want to rely more on using your magic and likely reflect a lot, but also use the magic offensively. You know, got some very good spells. Use them. Limit form we haven't fully seen in combat yet, but that can further heal you through just using your limit attacks. It's very useful. And naturally just continue using the fact that going into any of your drive forms will completely restore your health and your MP. It's been quite a while since I've done this tournament during the regular story, and I'm actually enjoying doing this way. It's nice to do it when I'm not way too overpowered and just barrel through everything immediately.
Back off. Let's go. Take this. Take this. Yeah, it's over.
Alright, so we have a somewhat tough group for the second to last round, naturally.
It's over.
You really want to make sure you don't get caught in the Emerald Blue's like wind spell that can likely finish you off pretty quickly. And naturally we've seen Fat Bandits do a lot of damage. So for the final round we have another fight with Cerberus. He has all the same attacks that he had when he fought him with Orin. The only real difference with him is his health bar and the amount of damage that he does. Sora, on the other hand, has quite a lot of new options to combat him with. Naturally, we have our drive forms, which we couldn't use against him before. We have Trinity Limit. We have more spell options. So, should be, for the most part, easier for us. Again, since all of his attacks you've seen already and have some idea on how to deal with it, you should be fine. Again, just be careful. He does way more damage than he did before. One of the most helpful things you can do is when he takes two of his heads to the sides and brings them in towards the center, sort of jump towards the center so you can get into the reaction command and knock him down for a moment. I just missed the opportunity there, but I should get another chance to do it shortly. Right there. There, that does some pretty good damage, and then he's defenseless for a few moments, so there we go. We can finish him off.
We did it!
Alright, we got a couple good things for finishing that off. Let's just check the missions on it. Need to try that. Oh, and I got a score of over 1,000, so I don't have to do it again later. That works very nicely. Alright, so we're all set here. And now I'm gonna take a quick stop in Agrabah, just for something I've been putting off for a bit. I'm not as concerned about my anti-points right now. So I can go to Valor form, and I can reach that puzzle piece. And that was it. So now we'll check in at Hollow Bastion.
No! Do you think...
Looks like there's more Heartless now.
Let's go check in with everyone.
I think they're at Merlin's.
Alright, quick ability and equipment check. I'm actually pretty good with all my abilities right now. Just took off Auto Valor. And I'm gonna put some ethers back on. And that should be good. Now we can move on.
Cloud!
What you doing?
I'll get him. This time, we settle it. Me and the one who embodies all the darkness in me.
I thought you looked kinda different, Cloud.
If I do, it's his fault.
Whose?
Sephiroth. Tell me if you see him.
Okay, what's he look like?
Silver hair. Carries a long sword.
Sure. Well, be seeing you, Cloud.
Be careful. He messes with your head. Makes you think darkness is the only way.
Is something wrong?
It's nothing. I don't want you involved.
You mean you don't want me there when you go away again?
Listen. Even if I go far away, I'll come back.
Do you mean it?
Yeah.
See? You don't look so sure. Well, okay, I understand. Go, get things settled.
Huh?
No matter how far away you are, once you find your light, I'm sure it will lead you back here again. Right?
I suppose.
So I'll stay here. And I'll cheer for you. Okay, Cloud?
Okay.
Wonder if he'll be okay.
He'll be fine. I'm sure there's some light in him somewhere.
You're right.
Alright, good to finally see Cloud again in this game.
Let's go!
I'm gonna go into limit form so I can start leveling it up a little bit against some of the enemies that are gonna show up.
Give me strength! Yeah.
Alright, so there was a new enemy there I just beat, the Bookmaster. Generally, magic is the way they prefer to attack. They can use different fire, blizzard, and thunder spells against you, or they can just smack you with their book. They're immune to your spells, aside from countering with Reflect or catching them in Magnet. But like fire, blizzard, and thunder will be ineffective against them. So you gotta mostly stick with regular attacks. And granted, that's probably what most people prefer to do anyway, so that's all good. One annoying thing I have to say is that just kind of a bummer that tournaments don't let you level up, not regular Sora, and not any of your dry forms either. That would be a nice thing to, one nice change I would make if I had to control.
This is it.
Anyway, head back to Merlin's house when you're ready to advance the story.
Let's go!
Alright, time to save up, and let's head out to meet Leon.
Excuse me, are you with the Restoration Committee? What's Leon's gang up to?
They've got stuff to do over by the castle postern.
Scoop!
Huh?
Let's report.
Our leader, of course.
Yeah, you know.
Don't mind her. I assure you, we come in peace.
You're kidding.
Problem? Okay, fine. You do the talking.
So sorry about this.
So seeing the three of them like that was really weird. Anyway. So the new enemy here is an armored knight. They just have mostly some general physicals, like strikes on you. Usually them showing up in groups is more the issue than any of their particular attacks. It's not really anything major that you have to worry about. There is a reaction command you can use to called Rising Sun that'll help you take out a bunch of enemies. The big enemy there is called a Morning Star. They can do some pretty heavy damage to you. They have a couple different options of attacks. One is straight up punching you. They can jump in the air and sort of like body slam you. That's usually what they'll do when they're low on health. And the other one, main thing is they'll just start spinning on their spike and just start dashing around the battlefield in a somewhat crazed way. Not really crazy, they just sort of start spinning and just like bouncing around, hitting multiple enemies. They do have a pretty good reaction command when they try to do the body slam. That lets you basically bounce them up into the air and slam them down into the ground, which damages them and creates a bit of a shockwave to damage enemies around. And as usual, before moving on, we just want to look around, collect whatever items we can find. I need one more limit use to get limit form up to level 3 and have dodge roll on Sora's normal commands. So I'll try to make sure to get that before getting to the next main area. And we've got another new enemy here. This is Surveillance, or the Surveillance Robot. They have a couple different laser attacks that they'll mostly use. The best thing is, if you are fighting a group of enemies, if you hit them with Thunder or something, there, it was going into it, you get a command called Snag, and then you can use Sparkle Ray, where you can shoot one of its lasers in a wide circle around you that'll do a ton of damage to any other enemy. So, most of the enemies we've seen in this episode, the big thing with them is just that they show up in groups, but most of their attacks on their own aren't too big of a deal. And you've been seeing me attempt to do it throughout the time we've been in Hollow Bastion. I've been messing it up a good deal, to be honest. Usually when I'm speedrunning it goes fine, but the idea is you get a group of enemies and catch them in a magnet, then immediately use Trinity and Major Drive while you're facing the enemies in the magnet. The idea is if you hit the enemies in the magnet multiple times, that it fills up your drive gauge absurdly quick. So that's what I'm sort of trying to make use of. Normally I do it a lot better, but I keep screwing it up. So, and that was just really unlucky. So I just really want to make sure I get the limit form up one level. So that may have been a waste of a drive recovery, but honestly I'm gonna get a lot more later, so I should be fine.
Back off! Take this! Give me strength! Take this!
Alright. There we go, I have auto limit and dodge roll on Sora's normal, so I have things the way I want. I don't really need to adjust my other abilities, so I'm gonna move on.
Ansem.
Gorge, I guess this must be his room.
Master King!
Hello?
Hey, you! I'm looking for somebody. Have any of you seen a guy with spiky hair? Spikier. I'll just take a look around. Sorry to bother you.
No bother, ma'am.
So you made it.
Leon!
And we finally met up with Leon again. Let's check the chest here. And before speaking with him, just a quick check of the journal. And good, didn't miss any chests yet, so let's talk with him. This really is just such a cool world, I have to say.
This is it! Where's Kairi? Where's Riku?
Easy. You want to break it?
Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little carried away.
Wow!
Huh?
Wow!
Attention current user. This is a warning. Further misuse of this terminal will result in immediate defensive action.
Who's there?
I am the Master Control Program. I oversee this system.
Where are you?
Donald!
I'm sorry.
Decision gate reached. You are now under arrest.
Arrest?
Run!
Go on, show him who's boss. Who are you?
I am Commander Sark.
A heartless commander?
Observe.
Okay, you're the boss. I get it. Man, what kind of world is this anyway?
You're inside a mainframe computer system.
A what system?
A computer system for processing data. This system is a copy of one created by a corporation called Encom. The original program was destroyed. But this copy was acquired by another user. The new user updated and customized the programs, renaming the system Hollow Bastion OS. He used the system for town maintenance and to advance his private research. My name is Tron. I'm a security program, but now I'm under arrest, same as you.
Did you guys get any of that?
Gorge! You know, maybe we should just introduce ourselves.
I'm Sora.
Nice to meet you, Tron. Well, I'm Goofy.
With that configuration, you must be users.
Users?
You'd better get out of here quickly. Who knows what the MCP will do to you?
MCP?
The Master Control Program. It controls the whole system. If you idle here, you will be derezzed.
So, how do we get out of here?
This terminal could have gotten you back to the user world. But the MCP cut the power 50 microcycles ago. If we could bring the energy core in the canyon online, we could power it back up. The problem is, we're stuck in this cell. We're not going anywhere unless we unlock the energy fields.
Alright, so we're in the computer now. This is weird. This is kind of a crummy place to stop, but that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a comment, share with a friend, all the good stuff. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.